Hi, everybody. This is Silvio Canto in Dallas, Texas on Wednesday, June the 20th, and welcome to our video commentary. I have a post coming out on Thursday about the United Nations. You may have heard that the United States has pulled out of the Human Rights Council. It's an absolutely proper thing to do and right thing to do. On paper, in principle, the Human Rights Council sounded like a noble idea. That is, the United Nations was going to monitor human rights violations around the world. On paper, that sounds real good. But the problem is that when you put countries in that council, like Cuba, like Venezuela, like many, many countries around the world that do not respect human rights, then the whole thing becomes a travesty. There was something recently, for example, about women's rights, and some of the countries that were in the council were violators of women's rights. So I think it's the right thing to do, and I congratulate President Trump for pulling the plug on this thing and saying we're not going to participate anymore in this travesty. And I think it's also time, frankly, to take a look at the United Nations. When the United Nations was created, right after World War II, I think it was 1949 when the treaty was ratified, it sounded like a very good idea, a way of keeping track of countries and preventing war and that kind of thing. It sounded like a very good idea. Unfortunately, the United Nations has become just an atmosphere, just a place where criticizing the United States and taking shots at Israel is what most of these countries do. And we heard about some of the corruption a few years ago with the oil for food scandal, with Iraq and all of that. So I think it's time to pull the plug. I think it's time to say, you know what, we're not going to participate in the United Nations anymore. We're going to take our money. We contribute about 22, I've seen as high as 27% of the UN budget. It's time to pull out and maybe find some other way of doing things with other countries. Maybe we can find a United Nations of democracies. That would make a lot more sense than what we have right now. Thank you for watching. We have all of these on YouTube, on Twitter, on my blog. And if today is your birthday, happy birthday. Bye-bye, everybody.